let's look at the next music file I've lined up. Looks like we've got 2 pad synths. And let's check out the first one, which sounds like this. Seems quite nice for coast breath. But I like this patch. Let's check that out as well. Start with something simple. But this pattern I've constructed, I think, is capable of holding a lot more power. So let's see what can be done. Does this make a good intro? What do you think? So in the meantime, let me also tell you a little bit about how this program works, and maybe you can go relate it into your own app and then get into the habit of self-learning. What I'm actually here to share is the vibe, the magic, so that you can wonder about a solution to the problems I speak about on this channel. And you could also get blazed for those who have access. Use it as a learning tool. Okay, so all these crosses that you can see can let you add up to 14 machines at once that efficiently uses the DSP for a variety of operations. And these are the machines. I don't strictly follow the machine type, because I've made my own patches. Including numerous effects can be programmed. If the DSP limit has reached, it will let you know so you can cut some slack, but so far I've never had to deal with any DSP problems, as I did mention that we're doing very well with the integrated chips, which is why all this is possible, and I'm very thankful for that. So here's how you can add the machine. Let's just select any one. For instance, if you needed a drum machine, you can add it like so. But I've already done this before, so I'm going to delete this. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is load the next update to this track, which I've saved. And I think it's this one. Yep, so I already have the drum machines loaded, and I think I have a bass line as well created. Let's check that. And this is another technique I use, is that I never overwrite the file when saving the project. I always save a new copy so I can track my progress. So let's see what I've done with this track, because at this point, even I'm not sure, as it was back in 2022. Like I said, all these tracks have been sitting, waiting to be unleashed, so I suppose. So nothing here. I think it's on the next file. Okay, let's load that up. We finally have more layers being joined. Have a listen to this. So there is a certain part in the bass I think is what stands out as the magical element in this track. It really ties it together, if you agree with me. But again, I hope the codecs don't distort the frequency. But it was fair enough, though, when I rechecked after the upload. Maybe it'll sound even better with the subwoofer. But I've also got my voice in here, so the headphones would be the match. I use normal headphones with about flat frequency response, so I can rely on the changes that I make on the app, because any external enhancement would lead to incorrect equalizer settings, so be careful with that. I think composers and programmers are well aware of such things. So let's also keep a note on the parameters like the decay attack, the stain release, and there are others too that seem to be making a lot of difference. So I've been able to get a good match for my headphones. So I'm hoping it will sound good in your output as well. I think we have a sweep as well, which is right about now. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. So the way I programmed this is through automation, and as you can see, I've plotted the graph for the cutoff and the filter resonance, like so. Okay, so let's check out the next one. Did I update anything on this? Again, like I said, all these tracks are not complete. I've just created a part of the track, but I will probably make an extended mix in the future sometime. Okay, there was something wrong with the snare at the end. No, it's fine. Okay. I think I'm satisfied with that. But we've still got the lead. So I think it was here. Not here. Maybe over here. Yes. So I finally constructed a lead. And we shall see how that sounds. Oh, so I did make some change to the synth as well. It starts on the second bar. Okay, I don't want to sound too dramatic like last time, but I feel I did quite well, didn't I? And yes, there are some technological issues. Because I've got to do this trial and error, and maybe we can resolve the crop issue, because I'm not sure if you can see the entire screen, because it feels it's clipped off on the sides, don't you think? I'm not sure what's going on with that. Is it because I'm Jewish? Ha. That was a silly joke. But call me a Jew, or a Muslim, or a Hebrew. It's all the same for me. And I've got a lot of things to say about our very sensitive topic, none other than circumcision. But not today. And I hope my messages will reach the right people. And I must say that the energy I feel here is very encapsulating. Your soul is very beautiful, including the divine energies. I love the predictions. It energizes me. Thank you for being here. And also, who doesn't want to get rich? Maybe the Epstein files are there for a reason, as much as you and me are here for a reason. And I hope I can watch you all from the tower and see your spirit shine. Provided I'm invited though. I'll get some Russian vodka along as well if you want. Although my taste is in something else, if you'd let me drop it in the water and just dance. But again, I have no desires for now, and I think I might have lost the practice. I hope I'm not offending anybody. It's not my intention to offend anybody in my videos. I've just got to say what I have to and get over with it. In fact, whatever it is that you are working on, if you find meaning in that, then by all means, please go ahead and fulfill them. I have nothing against anyone. Yes, there are some things that concern me, but I'm not against anyone as such. In fact, there is so much talent within us, I realize. I can't really say whether one is better than the other. I guess we all have our own stories to tell. And I'm just glad that I'm doing what I have come here to do, which is upload these videos and make my point. I don't want to rush it, because I feel some ideas need to be integrated as well, even if it's a couple of sentences here and there. If I can get good at deriving meaning, then I could justify myself with my desires at a later stage, even though I've lost practice. But if I can do it once, then I can get back to form every single time. For now though, I'm just glad that I beat the addiction, and I know how to beat it. No temptation can surpass this sober state of mind. My mind is in a very powerful state. Maybe the prior accumulated experiences have allowed me to reach this far, but yet again, the rabbit hole is very deep, deeper than it can be imagined. However, I'd like to be there once again in this lifetime, not in the next, but in this very life, and experience the upscaled tolerance. So I don't mind waiting. As long as I can prove that my wait is valid, perhaps this persona of mine would be a sustainable match for the receptors.